Can we approach God, a supernatural and holy being that is perfect and just? And when things get rough, are we allowed to ask Him why? Welcome back, everyone. So glad you're here today. Obviously, God is mighty. He made the universe just by speaking it into existence. He made man out of the dust and breathed life into him. And He sits on the judgment seat, judging all those who pass into eternity. He is all-loving, all-knowing, and completely perfect. So, when life gets difficult, can we ask God why? Why did we lose our job? Why is life so hard? Why did we lose our parents? Can we ask Him why? You know, many times I hear people say that we are only to fear and be in awe of God and never question what He does. I agree, and I agree that the fear of the Lord is important, and being in awe of Him is necessary to have the right perspective of God. But when you say you should not question God, you shouldn't ask Him why, that makes us feel like we can never really ask God anything. Now let me clarify. When people say you shouldn't question God, in my opinion, it means we shouldn't assume that what God chose was unwise. We shouldn't think that we could have made a better choice. We should never knock down what God did, nor should we ever say that He was not being righteous or just. That's what I think. But many times that gets lumped into not asking God why He allowed something bad to happen, or why our life is taking a certain direction. This might not be very popular, but I think it's okay to ask questions. I think it's okay to ask God why. But just remember this, because you have the right to ask Him why doesn't mean we should constantly ask Him why. For example, if you ask God why something happened and He says, no, I'm not going to answer it, you have to be okay with it. If He gives you an answer you don't like, you have to take it. If God doesn't give you an answer, you just have to trust Him. But why do I believe we can ask questions? Well, if asking questions in a relationship is healthy, then asking God questions should be healthy too. I don't think God is bothered with our genuine confusion, our curiosity. Listen, God wants you to be utterly comfortable with Him. Don't forget that God is all welcoming. Look at how a child interacts with their father, assuming they have a good relationship. A child without hesitation runs to the arms of their father and asks many innocent and sincere questions. Why is that? Well, because a father, even a mother, understands that their child doesn't know everything. Parents want to help their children grow in wisdom, and parents also want their relationship with their child to grow. So talking with them is essential. My bottom line is this: you shouldn't be afraid to ask God anything. God is not intimidated by that. He doesn't get nervous or shy or scared that you're getting too close to a topic He doesn't want to talk about. Listen, I'm so grateful for the stories out there and testimonies of brothers and sisters who go through really rough times, and they say this: I just trusted God, I understood that He knows my pain, and I moved on in faith. If that's you, more power to you, because your faith is great. But for some of us normies out there, we're genuinely curious. I remember going through a really difficult time with a loved one not so long ago, but I could not move on without asking God why. At first, I was tempted to not ask Him because that's what I was taught, but I could not go forward. And guess what? As soon as I asked the Lord my question of why He would let this happen, I felt at peace. I felt reassured, the same way I feel when I ask a good friend a question, or when I ask a father figure a question, or when I ask a doctor a question. But it was through that transparency of my confusion that God answered some of my question. Not all of it. I might never know why the person I loved most got extremely sick, but I'm okay with that, because still I was free to come up to God with my confusion and ask Him why. See, I wrestled with God, not in a disrespectful, high and mighty way, but in a curious, sincere way. I want you to know that you are God's child. You will get hurt, and it's okay to cry out to Him, because your life is still precious to God. I don't think God will push you away. I don't think God gets scared or nervous to be asked any question. But just be open to whatever answer He gives you, even if it's silence. Don't be afraid to approach God and ask why. Just don't be annoying. Listen, God is so powerful, He can crush anything with a thought. But that doesn't mean we can't be intimately close to Him and ask Him questions that haunt us. He is not scared to be asked. He's not far away. He is your loving Father. May God bless you and your families.